Apple spent years convincing us that the notch was progress, and later that the dynamic island was the future. It wasn't a limitation, it was innovation. But what if both were never the final plan? Because if the latest leaks are accurate, the iPhone 18 Pro Max could be the moment Apple finally deletes those ideas entirely. For a long time, the top of the screen has been treated as something that needed to be disguised. First with a notch, then with animations, alerts, and software built around a floating cutout. It worked, but it was always a workaround. Now Apple appears ready to move on. Multiple reports suggest that the iPhone 18 Pro Max will drop the dynamic island on the flagship model. Not shrink it, not redesign it, but remove it. And this isn't Apple changing direction. It's Apple finishing a job it started years ago, creating a phone that looks like nothing but glass. The key breakthrough is under-display Face ID that actually functions at full performance. The infrared camera, the projector, and flood illuminator are all rumored to sit beneath the display pixels themselves. In normal use, you won't see anything at the top of the screen. You'll only notice it when your phone unlocks instantly and your eyes realize there's nothing there to look at. Apple isn't going completely invisible yet, and that's a deliberate choice. Instead of hiding the selfie camera under the display and sacrificing image quality, they're expected to keep a tiny punch-hole camera. Interestingly, it may not even be centered. That's not a design statement, it's a technical one. Front cameras need clean light, and under-display camera tech still struggles with clarity and detail. Apple is once again choosing performance first and making the hardware subtle enough that you stop noticing it. When you're watching a video, the camera disappears into the content. When the screen is off, the phone becomes a sheet of black glass. It may be the cleanest iPhone front Apple has ever produced. Flip the device over, and the changes become even more serious. Apple is rumored to be adding a variable aperture to the main camera, and that's a massive upgrade that goes far beyond megapixels. Most smartphones today fake depth using software. Portrait mode guesses where blur should go, and it often fails around hair, glasses, and edges. A variable aperture changes that completely. The lens physically opens and closes like a real camera. Wider when you want natural background blur, tighter when you need everything in focus. Better low-light performance, more realistic depth of field, and cleaner images without aggressive software tricks. For creators, this means cinematic shots in daylight and sharp, controlled photos without relying on filters or artificial blur. All of this is powered by what's expected to be Apple's A20 Pro chip, built on a 2-nanometer process. Performance will increase, but that's not the real story. The real gains are efficiency, sustained power, and memory bandwidth. This chip is designed for workloads Apple hasn't fully revealed yet. On-device AI, real-time processing, and advanced computational photography running locally without overheating or destroying battery life. This feels less like a yearly upgrade and more like a foundation for the next decade. When this launches, likely in 2026, it could be one of those moments where your current iPhone suddenly feels old, the same way everything before the iPhone X did overnight. And notice what Apple isn't doing. The dynamic island isn't disappearing everywhere. It's reportedly moving down the lineup to lower models. That tells us the truth. The island was never the destination. It was a bridge, a temporary solution until the technology caught up. Once you use a phone with an uninterrupted display and a camera that behaves like a real camera, going back won't feel normal. People won't say this iPhone is just faster or slightly better. They'll say this is the one that finally feels finished. This may be the end of the notch era, the end of visual compromises, and the beginning of the first iPhone that truly delivers on the idea Apple sold us years ago. Everything before it was practice. This is where it finally comes together.